Hello, everyone. Hello, hello,
Phone
hello.
disconnected.
I am in the car waiting for hubby to get out of the grocery store, but I wanted to come on today to talk about something. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kashia Sharice. I am a transparency lifestyle educator, blogger, and speaker. And transparency just means telling your truth. So I wanted to talk about something today that I had been thinking about as it relates to friendships and friends, right? So I wanted to touch upon friend hurt. We hear about all these other different types of hurt that you can have, whether it's relationships with family, things like that. And I'll touch on some of those things, but I wanted to really come on to kind of address what friend hurt is, because there's a lot of people that have experienced friend hurt because their friend has hurt them, or friends has hurt them in a certain way. So I wanted to kind of address that today. So when you look at friendship and what that entails, there are different stages of friendship, and you have to know kind of know what those stages are and who fits in what category, right? Because everybody is not going to be your BFF, everybody is not going to be a close friend. There's different stages of actually being a friend. So I'm going to go through that journey. Get back in the car. Okay, you have to wait until daddy comes, because you should have waited. You should have told him. So there's 4 stages of friendship. You have acquaintances. Now, acquaintances, of course, these are people that you meet at your job, your work. You working, you meet somebody. Y'all similarities is that you work at the same job, right? Or you may see somebody at church, or you working out at the gym. These are acquaintances. You have not put your time and energy into that relationship to that point. You really haven't given them any type of personal information. You kind of given them surface. So you know them, but you don't know them, right? The second stage of friendship is a peer friend. So this is somebody that you're getting to know more. You're kind of expressing to them, things you like, a little bit more personal information that you're trusting them with. You're trying to see if this maybe can be, a stronger bond. So you're kind of easing on in, asking them questions. Y'all have a little similarity. So that's peer. That's somebody within, they could be within your age range or not, but you have similarities. You want to kind of test it out and see if it can be a stronger bond. So that's peer friend. The third is a close friend. Now with a close friend, now you've invested some time. You maybe have went over their house. You maybe have really given them a little bit more personal information. You check on them from time to time, see how they doing. Y'all have an understanding, right? And so far you haven't had any inkling that they are going to, turn left on you. And the fourth type is the BFF, your best friend forever, as people say. You're really like ride or die, right? So these are people that maybe you've grown up with, maybe you haven't, maybe it's someone you just met, but you built over time a deeper bond and a friendship with that person. So you call each other probably on a regular basis. You also share deep, everything that's going on in your life. They know about your family, your kids, your husband. They know about your, your siblings, your mom, your dad. They know all about the inner workings. They've probably been to some parties. So they know you on a deeper level. They kind of get you. So that's the fourth type. Now, I wanted to kind of go through the type of friendships that you can have throughout your life. Like for me, because I like to talk about my experiences, I'm going to kind of talk about, I guess, when the type of friendships I've had in my life, right? So when I was a child, of course I'm from Chicago, as you all know. I went to a elementary school, Lexington, out in Maywood. For all you people that live in Maywood, went to Lexington, lived on Second Avenue. But I had a friend that I considered a best friend. You know, we were friends from first grade to sixth grade until I moved. Her name was Linda. I consider her a best friend because she was someone, you know, that took up for me. I actually slapped somebody for her. I don't remember the reason why, but you know, little silly things you go through in elementary school. But I consider her a best friend because of the fact that she uplifted me. She also was able to give me advice, and she was just there for me. So that's someone that I considered a best friend, right? So as I matured and I went into my high school years, I did have friends. Well, when I moved actually from Maywood to Chicago, the west side, right, off Cicero and Lake, by, if y'all know, Buddy Bears used to be there on the corner. I lived a block over. It was just like you know, I was kind of not trying to make any new friends. I was social, but I just had, since I had moved out of Maywood, I wanted to go to the school that my cousins went to for high school. You know, the Caldwells and Nakia Cammons, you know, the Cammons and, you know, Fergusons. You know, I wanted to go to Proviso East, and I wasn't able to go there, so I felt a certain way. So going through high school, I had some friends that I talked to, so that I developed friendships with. Now, we weren't talking on an everyday basis and things like that, but they knew things about me. And I was one that kind of was a little bit introverted. So as far as like college, you know, I met a lot of acquaintances, had a lot of acquaintances, people that you know, you don't really know their whole family, but you kind of know a little bit about them. So those were people that, you know, I could say, okay, I was in your life, you know, I provided some type of value to your life. I knew a little bit about some people, because you can't know everything about you can't really build a bond, that personal bond with every single person that you meet in your life. So you have some type of relationship with them. It may not be, you know, the best friend forever. It may be a close friend or acquaintance, but sometimes you may lose touch. But hey, Jasenia. So with friendships, you know, you have all types of friendships. So in college, I had a lot of acquaintances. You know, through college, I had some close friends. But for me, I think having that best friend forever I didn't have that. I think it kind of, when I moved at a early age, that kind of jaded, or kind of had me of a mind frame of, you know, being a little bit introverted, right? So I made friends and I was social, but I didn't let anybody in, right? That happens sometimes. So, you know, some people, they have best friends forever from the time that they're young up into adulthood, you know, things like that. They have their group, you know, their core group. Some people don't. And I was just one of the people that didn't really have that, you know, one best friend forever. You know, I had relationships, and I think I relied on the relationships that I had with, you know, my boyfriends that I had at the time, that I relied on them as far as, you know, I guess divulging my deepest secrets to a certain point and, you know, hanging out a little bit more and things like that. But I did socialize, but I never felt like I had that best friend forever, okay? So I want to kind of touch on the type of friends you can have. Now, you can have the clingy type of friends. You know, the clingy type of friends are the ones that they don't want you to be friends with nobody else. They just want you to themselves. So when you start being friends with new friends, they start acting funny. They start being like, why you acting like that? Why you ain't giving me all the attention type of thing? So those are clingy friends. And I did have a clingy friend one time, and she was really clingy. And kind of fatal attraction type person too, if I may say. I didn't realize it at the time, but once I realized it, I had to cut it off because she was just too clingy for me. Another type of friends that people may have are you support them, but they don't support you. So you always rah for them, and you're always doing and buying and supporting them and everything they do, but they don't support you when it's your turn. So you have those type of friends where you support them, but they don't support you, right? And then you have those friends that's all about them. That's all they talk about is them. Ain't nothing else to talk about. They just talk about them, them, them. You can't even get an edge in, otherwise, because it's all about them. You have those type of friends too. And then you have the messy friends. The messy friends, they just like to start stuff. Every time they come around, they either messy or they're negative. So they're negative, meaning they're just being negative about everything. And you're like, why are you just so Debbie Downer all the time? I'm the one that's always having to turn the situation around because you're negative or you're messy. And I'm tired of being a mess, right? So you have those type of friends, which I usually stay clear of. And then you have the ones that sometimey friends. They flaky, they nice one time and then they mean and then they looking at you strange and you just like, why are you so flaky? Why are you so sometimey, right? And then you have the ones that you got to keep an eye on, right? You like, there's something up with you. I just ain't figured it out yet, right? You got that gut feeling and you just like, something's quite not right. So you have those where you have to keep an eye because it's something there, but you just can't quite put your finger on it. Those are those you gotta, keep an eye on. And then you have what about the ones where you have the astrological friends, right? They be like, what's your sign? And you be like, I'm a Leo. And they be like, what? I don't mess with Leos. And you be like, but I'm my own person. Like, I have a different background. Like, your personality and who you are is based on what you've been through and your background and things like that. So you just basing that you're not going to be my friend because of astrological reasons. They got people like that too. And then you got the people that are your ride or die. So these are the people that are going to be with you through thick and thin. They're supportive of you as you are supportive of them. They check in with you. They make sure your mental health is good, because you're the strong friend, or maybe you're not the strong friend and they just want to check on you to make sure you're okay. They know everything about you. They know about the relationships you've been through, the hurts, the pains. They know, your kids. They know, spouses. They know siblings, mom, dad. They've been over your house. They probably drove your car, right? They probably spent the night and did a slumber party, right? They had all your birthdays that you have, turning up for the whole month. Those are your ride or die. So you have all types of friends, right? And, recently I've been actually connecting with other people, trying to form bonds, As you become older, sometimes you may be a little bit skeptical of bringing in new friends. You're like, no new friends, right? You remember that song, No New Friends? But you never know when you meet somebody and you have that connection where they get you and you get them. You never know where that can lead. Now, building a friendship, of course, it takes time. It's not just overnight. So you definitely have to vet them, right? You have to watch them. You have to see what comes out their mouth. And that's with anybody, because sometimes your friends that were ride or die can switch up on you, right? That has happened where you were ride or die up to a point where maybe you start becoming successful, or maybe you start dating a certain type of person, or maybe you start becoming financially free, or things that you want to start coming to you, right? And then they start like switching on you and you like, but you was my friend for a while. Why you switching? Or, you might have family members too. Sometimes even your family members, you consider them as somebody as close and you're ride or die. Sometimes you do. But all family ain't ride or die. And all family don't know you, who you are and your intentions and things like that. They think they know you, but they don't. And sometimes you may just be an acquaintance with a family member. They might not be that close. So I just wanted to kind of go over these type of friendships that you can have, just to see if any of you out there have experienced this as far as making friends or friends that you have currently. Have you had these type of issues where you've had messy friends or flaky friends, or maybe you had a supportive friend, ride or die? Have you had a sometimey friend? Like, what type of friends have you had? Have you had these type of issues in your life? My thing is, in this stage of my life, I am focused on having positivity in my life. I want to have positive people around me, and I want to have people that are on the same level as far as mind frame as me, because I don't have energy to waste on people and pouring into people. I've did that all my life. I just don't have the time. That energy that you expend to people that just don't get you, that energy that you expend to people that are messy and negative when you are not, that energy that you expend to people that just don't have a clue, that's energy that you can be using towards someone who does get you. That's energy that you can be using towards someone that you're building a foundation and a strong, positive friendship with. That energy that you can cut off someone and use that energy towards something else, right? So I just encourage you all today to look at your friendships. Are your friendships healthy? Are your friendships something where you're going to continue to build on? Or is it something where you have to start kind of chopping away on some of the friends that you've had and kind of maybe making them an acquaintance instead of a BFF, right? So just take a look at your friendships and see where they fall in that category. Because you may realize that the energy that you're giving to them, you can take back. Okay, y'all. So I just wanted to come on and kind of talk about that. But if you have anything to add to the conversation, please comment and let me know. Have you had these type of relationships before? What are you doing now in your life as it relates to friendships? Are you making new friendships, or are you in the no more friend zone where you got your actual group that you are happy with? So let me know in the comments. I'd like to know. I'm always open to see what your perspective is. So again, my name is Kashia Sharice, and with everything that was said today, dig deeper than you ever have before. I love you guys. Until next time, bye-bye.